Okay, so we got the opportunity to take the mares to an obstacle day this past weekend, and this is Sabroso with Isidro, and she did so good because she's maybe on, I know she's had less than 20 rides for sure. And so she's just a super brave mare. Like she is willing to just try anything. She's not really spooky of stuff. She still has a little bit of stranger danger that she's getting better with. But as far as any of this stuff, she just has, you can just see how bold she is. Like she just doesn't, she has no problem with whatever he asks her to do. She's super cool about it. So like she's going to be a great horse for somebody who likes to do trail riding or obstacles and anything that requires going over stuff and through stuff, because she's super brave. And like this, like she said, was never done anything like that. She's like, I don't care. These didn't even bat an eye at them. Never walked through cones before. Like she didn't care, which was really, really cool. And let's see what's the next thing. This little barrel. I think there was like a something on that barrel. Oh, this is the. It's kind of like a, I don't know, lance or something, a pole, and like you kind of have to pick this thing up. And like, I'm not kidding, this is not even edited. Like, it's the first time he tried it. The mare did not care that he's carrying something in his hand. It was super cool. Like, she just legit did not care. That's pretty special. And she's been like, ever since he started riding, she's really not spooky of a rider at all. Like the only thing she has on the ground still is a little stranger danger, which will get better with time, but like not spooky with a rider, doesn't care. He's kind of trotting through this. You can kind of see she's just getting a little more broke, trying to figure that bit out and everything. I want to say she's probably had like 12 rides at this point of this video. So that was pretty good. This like literally didn't care. Anything close, walking through, shadows. She's super brave. This one was kind of funny because she didn't think that she could go through it. So you could see she's so smart. She's like looking for like an opening to kind of put her head through. And the sitter was just kind of telling her to go. And she's like, oh, here, there's an opening there. So she was kind of cute. She doesn't have like any no in her at all. It was just like she was trying to figure it out. Like same thing, she never trotted through that before. He just trotted right in there and doesn't care. Super cool mare. Really excited about her. He said she's still figuring out how to turn and all of that and figure out what to do with that bit. And but so much try in this horse, which is super cool to have. He's going to go back through those. And so she's like, I'm not sure if there's a way through. Like, she's not scared of it. She's just she's not sure she can see a way through. And you can see she doesn't have like a big no. She's just kind of unsure. So like, she's like, oh, there's a space right here. She kind of went through the same space again. She's just looking for a way through. So that was cool. And this was interesting because it's like a bridge with shadow and everything. Doesn't care. It's like literally did not care. Like any of these obstacles, like this is like the first time she's going over them, that he's ridden her over them. And like, she's like, yeah, okay, whatever. So it's super cool. So there was just like all these different stuff all scattered through in and around these trees. So it was kind of neat to just like come around and there'd be something there, and like she didn't care. She was cool with it. These little flags blowing, same thing. Doesn't care. Totally fine with it. It was a really good experience for her. Like I was really happy that we got invited to kind of play with this stuff so we can kind of see what kind of horses we're on and stuff. There's not like, we're in Northeast Arizona. It's not like there's a lot of events we can go to or anything. So any time to get them off property to kind of get them to see stuff, we're going to take that opportunity. And we were kind of running out of daylight here. So Sitter was nice enough to ride Chaparro for me while I rode Chancla. You could see Chancla's little ears there. And Chaparro, same thing. She's super brave. She has a lot of try. Her backup is getting super nice. So she was able to back off of there. So we just kind of went around to different stuff, and a sitter videoed me riding Chancla, and I videoed him riding Chaparra. And I love that Chaparra doesn't care who's riding her. She doesn't care who rides her. She doesn't care who handles her. She's literally the same with everybody. She's never had stranger danger, which is great. And she's super brave too. She's just like, oh, you want me to go here? Okay. Like, she's not spooky on stuff or obstacles or anything like that. She was like, that was a big jump. And I found out she really likes to jump. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. Whatever you point her to, like if it's big enough, she just will hop over it. There was a super scary spider and I didn't get a video of it, but she jumped over it on the ground. And same thing, she's like literally doesn't care. She doesn't even look at these things. She's like, whatever. And then I asked her, I'm like, hey, see if you could back her up through there, because we've been working on our back a lot. And I love how just like methodical she kind of is. She's like, okay, being really careful with my feet, where I'm putting them. And she's like, oh, there we go. Like, seeing that's so awesome. Like, she touches that and doesn't spook. Whatever. That's just kind of a great feeling to have, that yours is that brave, especially when you're going into one of these makeovers. And this, like, instead of just like, hey, I'm just going to see if I can pick this thing up and move it over to the other side. And Chaparro was like, yeah, I don't care. She was like, what are you doing up there? Yeah, don't care. And she just kind of looks at it like, oh, where'd that come from? Like, super, super brave little mare. And this one was this weird tarp thingy on the ground, and it makes really loud crackling noise when you step on it. And she just like walked right over it. That was her first time she'd ever been over it. That's just her. That's just Chaparro. She just goes for it. Same thing with this Lancy thingy. She was just like, yeah, I don't really care that you're carrying that. She's like, she's even got her foot like hiked up. Like, what are we doing here? Oh, we're going forward. Okay. And she just kind of naturally carries her head like that. If any of you know us, we don't use draw reins or training forks, martingales, or we don't use any of that stuff. So this is just her natural head carry. And she's spent some time in a snaffle, and now I am training her in a hackamore. I like training green horses in a hackamore. I like them spending a good amount of time in one. And so more than likely I'll show her in this if she's happy with it. She seems to be doing pretty good with it now that I've got it fitted to her. See, same thing. She didn't really care about that. She was like, yeah, okay, whatever you want to do. Chaparra is like on ride 20 or something here, so she's quite a bit farther along than Sabrosa. And she's like, what? I'm supposed to trot? I don't get it. I guess trotting circles for her is hard because she is gaited, so doing straight lines is much easier for her, because any kind of those diagonal trot movements is harder, although her trot is coming along. Hopefully in the next couple weeks or so I can shoot a video of where we're at and kind of see that. Same thing, she's super brave. She'll just like walk right over whatever. She doesn't even care. That's just who she is. She's super bold and brave. And she doesn't mind riding around other horses. She can be a little bit buddy sour. I've known that from the very beginning with her, so we're always constantly working on that. It's just her personality, and she's starting to learn to bond with people instead of looking to bond with horses, so that's good. Make her really good for any kind of liberty work, because she does kind of want to bond to something. I'm just following him around. I'm literally riding Chancla, following him around a video. And you just asked her to trot through this. She'd never been through it before. She's like, okay, whatever. Cute little jog. She is so stinking cute. She's been so much fun to train. And her tail's already grown a couple inches. She's going to have a really pretty tail once it's grown out and there's not some horses chewing on it. And then she's never been through this, and she doesn't care. Doesn't care at all, not even a little bit. And I'm super proud of this because I asked the sitter to go ahead and turn around, because we've been working on our turnaround a little bit. And she's a little overbent here, but she's learned how to kind of respond to your foot and leg. And I love her little back foot stayed perfect. And super proud of her for that.